Hey, welcome back to the Six Figure Mastermind. Today, we're doing part 3 of how to build a six-figure coaching business from home. We're going to talk about lead generation and how to bring all your ideal clients right to your doorstep. Stay tuned. So when you're bringing in leads from this pool of people that you have access to, you want to make sure that they are quality leads. This is going to save you so much time so that by the time the leads actually have a one-on-one conversation with you, they have spent as much time with you as possible while you're spending as little of your time as possible. Here's what I mean by that. Remember in one of the other videos we talked about the freemium model? That's how people spend time with you without you having to spend a lot of extra time with all of these different people. Think of it this way. You have 100 people in a room. Each one of those people spends 1 hour in a room with you. That took how many hours of your time? Just one. However, 100 people experience 1 hour. And what's 100 times 1? That's 100 hours of your time that was fed into people's lives, all right? So the more of that freemium model you can get to people, the better. Which means you should be posting content on social media, posting content on YouTube, and doing a myriad of other things. And I'm going to give you my top 7 favorite ways to generate leads. Number 1, Facebook. Now you've seen the stats on Facebook. It is the #1 social media site ever. Okay, and I was just at a conference with a lady that works at Facebook and is part of the programming and the consumption of Facebook. She says that Facebook is shifting more from text-based content to video-based content. So if you're on Facebook, you need to be producing Facebook Lives, reproducing videos on your Facebook page, and even engaging in Facebook Watch, which is kind of Facebook's version of YouTube, okay? So get on Facebook, start gathering followers, and the best way to do that is putting content out on Facebook. Every now and then in your content, you're going to do what's called a call to action or a CTA. A call to action is saying, hey, look, I know you've been working with me on Facebook for a while. You've been watching my videos. You've been following my status updates. You've been commenting, liking, and sharing. Now I want to know if you want to work with me. If you want to work with me, send me a private message / comment below / whatever the favorite call to action that you have is. Facebook is a great platform for finding your leads. Number 2, Instagram. If you're not on Instagram, fix it right now. Like, get your phone out, download the Instagram app, and start building your profile. I'm serious. You've seen my videos on Instagram. You know how important Instagram is because guess what, guys? Like it or not, we are in a visual world. We live in a visual platform, and that's the Instagram playground. Purely visual. It is all about pictures and sometimes videos, things that people put out on Instagram Watch or Instagram Live or even just the Instagram post that they make. Now, you may be surprised to hear this, but Facebook for the first time ever had a decline in numbers of people subscribing to Facebook. People are still subscribing, people are still opening accounts, people are still using Facebook, but for the first time ever, they saw a drop in the number of people that were doing that on a regular basis. Do you know why? They're all going to Instagram. Luckily for Facebook, they own Instagram, so they're in good shape. They're actually ahead of the wave. They bought Instagram before that trend happened. Pretty smart. Way to go, Mark. Okay, but Instagram is the place for you to be, which means you need to be generating content for Instagrams, which is why I have made so many videos for you on how to generate memes, on how to do that design work, on how to post great photos, and how to have a great Instagram bio. Instagram is a fantastic place to find your leads, again, just by engaging them, creating great content, and then putting that all-important CTA, that call to action, in that specific Instagram post where you want to bring people to your door. Once that happens, you're going to private message that Instagrammer, and then you can set up a coaching call where they exchange numbers with you, you set up that coaching call with them, and then close the sale. But in order to do any of that, you've got to be on Instagram, and you've got to be posting content between 2 and 4 times a day. Now, some of you, I can like hear or see or whatever, your eyes are rolling, I know. You mean I have to be on Instagram and I have to be posting between 2 and 5 times or 2 and 4 times a day? Guys, this is your business we're talking about. And if a couple posts a day can bring more clients to your business, it's worth it. Number 3, LinkedIn. Now you might be surprised to hear about this one on lead generation, but it's up and coming in the lead generation arena. LinkedIn connects business professionals. Unlike Instagram and Facebook, LinkedIn is more of a professional platform. So if you know that your clients are in the professional industry, let's say you want to coach coaches, you can find them on LinkedIn. Let's say you want to coach photographers, you can find them on LinkedIn. If your business has anything to do with other business owners of any kind, LinkedIn is the way to go. And with all of these platforms so far, there are paid versions and free versions where you can either get your content out organically or you can have paid content posted. All of those things work. So LinkedIn is a great platform for you to find professionals that are in your client base. Number 4, public speaking. There's no better way to get in front of a crowd than to get in front of a crowd. If you're in business for yourself, public speaking needs to be an avenue that you're leveraging. Let's face it, this is the face of your business, which means you're the face of your business, which means you need to be the face of your business, which means you need to get out and be in front of other faces so that you can have a business. You need to be proficient on stage, be able to communicate your message clearly and entice people who want to work with you to take the next step. You know, your clients usually fall into one of 3 categories. You've got in one category over here, your super fans. They're the people that are sitting in the front row. They're taking studious notes and they're listening to every word you say, liking, sharing, and commenting on your posts. Then you've got your kind of lukewarm people where maybe they heard about you from someone else, they're interested, but they don't know if they need to make the next move with you or not. And then, like it or not, you've got your haters camp. The people that are still liking and commenting, but maybe they're not sharing and maybe their likes and comments aren't maybe so uplifting, or maybe they're ignoring you altogether, okay? You need to be producing content for your superfans and that lukewarm crowd. And you know what? This other crowd, they're gonna consume your content too. They may even give you some feedback for it. That's okay, doesn't matter. They're not why you're there. You're there for your superfans and for your lukewarmers, so see if you can get them off the fence. Public speaking is the avenue where you can do that most. People want to see you. I mean, imagine you had gone to an arena where Mark Zuckerberg was speaking. How full do you think that arena would be? We're talking, 5 figures worth of people in that arena. You need to be where the people are. And the more you can host events, the more people can try you before they buy you. Is this making sense? So if you're willing to get in front of a room, even if it's like inviting people over to your home for an evening of how to do XYZ, whatever your arena is. Maybe you teach people how to sing and you want to create a workshop and do that workshop once every other week or once a month. You need to actually be physically in front of people in order to do that. That's where charisma is built. That's where trust is built. That's where brands are solidified. And if you're nose to nose with someone, they're going to fall in love with you. Number 5. The webinar. Now, if you've got international clients, they're not going to be able to come listen nose to nose with you as much as you'd like them to, which is why webinars are so important. And remember, you can use Facebook Live as a sort of webinar. You can also use other webinar hosting services to host those webinars. There are some webinar hosting services like GoToWebinar and many others where you could actually do the webinar, have it pre-recorded, and then have a purchase funnel right at the end of the webinar. Or you can do live webinars via Facebook Live or your other favorite webinar hosting service, maybe even YouTube Live. Webinars are a great way for people to see you, to see your personality, to get a feel for who you are if they can't be in your space personally. And then make sure at the end of the webinar, you are collecting their information, okay? Webinars are generally predisposed to do that because you have to collect their information to even get into the webinar, but your webinar is useless for generating leads if you're not collecting any information. Number 6 tool for lead generation, the almighty joint venture. Now, there are a lot of people in whatever arena you're in that will have a minimum as far as your joint venture goes, which means they want to know how big your list is of existing clients before they're going to do a joint venture with you. Now, if you're just starting out, you may want to start growing your list by collecting data in any one of these different arenas. When you have a joint venture ready, you need to be able to create a win-win situation, which means a lot of times when you're selling something in a joint venture, you're splitting the profits 50-50 in exchange for getting access to their entire list. This is okay. This is okay, by the way, because if you have access to their entire list, you're going to make sales that you would not have been able to do otherwise had you not done the joint venture. Okay, so if you've got the margins for it, do a joint venture and split those profits 50-50. All right, so it's great for digital products. With joint venture, make sure you get it in contract form so that when you're done doing the joint venture, you know whether or not you have permission to access that list after the joint venture is over. In an ideal case scenario, you'll be sharing each other's lists indefinitely. Number 7, the all-powerful email. Now, I can already hear you. I know what you're thinking. I have the same problem myself. How many of you have more than 10 emails in your inbox that are unopened? I have 598 just from 3 days. Okay, I haven't opened my email in 3 days except for some specific ones that I knew to look for, that I knew were coming in. So why would I tell you that email is a great marketing platform from gathering leads if emails oftentimes don't get read? Here's the thing. When is the last time you went to a website from some business that wasn't a link to somewhere else? When is the last time you organically went to a website looking for a specific product that wasn't Amazon? Okay? It happens very seldomly, which essentially means your leads need to be given your product instead of them searching for your product. And if you have access to their email, you have control over when they're seeing you, how often, and what they're seeing. Now, yes, there is the question of whether or not they're going to open it, and there are many different studies on which subject lines to do. In fact, if you're using a CRM service, you can do A/B split tests to see what's going to cause a higher open rate than another. But if they're your fans, they're going to subscribe to your email list. And once they're subscribed to your email list, you can give them information whenever you want to, not whenever they feel like searching for it. People usually buy after 2 or 7 touches, okay, which means exposures to you through your channel, through email, or through any one of these other options. If you can give them 7 touches through your email quicker than you can in any other venue, that's going to be a very, very useful tool for you. So you've got 7 different lead funnels for you. Let me give you a bonus of number 8. If you can be the book writer on whatever it is you're a specialist on, that makes you the authority. So whether it's an ebook, whether it's a 200-page pamphlet, or whether it's a 700-page document, write a book detailing how you do what you do. Not only will this book be able to be at the back of your room to sell at the end of an event, but this is something that you can give to people. Your book is your new business card. It's the one that makes you the authority, and it's one that can be passed around. If your book is great enough, people will share it. People love sharing great movies and great books that they watch. So that's a bonus for you. Write a book, no matter how short, no matter if it's an ebook or not, be the authority on whatever your topic is. Thanks for watching today. I hope to see you on every single one of those platforms. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and do me a favor and ring that bell down below so you can get notified when that next video comes out. And here's the thing. I'm looking for tenacious people who are hungry to start their own 6-figure coaching business. If you know that's you and you want to work with me, hit up the link in the description below and let's chat soon.